Hello everyone and welcome back aboard the home of the Hype Train and its dedicated football team, Hype Train FC. Welcome back aboard for more grassroots football coverage of the Reading Sunday Social League as we enter the final league match in the RSSL, with Matchday 7 pitting the Train against Caversham United at Atrium Health Club down in Reading on Sunday the 6th of June 2021 in what is a massive box office encounter. For both sides this is a special game too, with club owners myself, Robert Austin and Sam Austin, having gone to school with Caversham's owner Paul Guttridge, with both teams also training opposite one another down at the same time at JMA Academy, as well as both being the co-founding teams of the RSSL. So naturally there was no better time or occasion than on the final league outing to pit the clubs against each other for the first time in competitive action, with both teams vying for a spot in the grand final. Heading into the final round of games, Woodley would guarantee themselves a spot in the final against 6th place New England with victory at Linear Park. A loss combined with wins for any of the three teams below would see Woodley drop their top spot on the final day and potentially out of the final. A win for the Train against Caversham would also ensure the club of a place in the final, whilst a draw would see 3rd place Southbank, who have had an excellent campaign to date, advance ahead of the team if they beat 7th place Tireless Titans on the pitch opposite. For Caversham, they had to rely on one or both of Woodley and Southbank losing, as well as a win against ourselves to advance. The stakes couldn't have been higher though in this fixture, as both clubs were confident that Woodley and Southbank would pick up victories in their respective games, meaning that only a win for the Hype would be possible if we were to compete in our first ever final. Decked out in our flash red Kitlocker power-up strip for the big day, we called upon John Norris to stand in for the injured Jake Holloway in goal, with a back four consisting of Robert Austin, Federico Martirao, Martin King and Rod Stevens. In midfield, Collins of Kenchi sat ahead of the defence and was joined by Stefan Sakura and Sam Bowl in the centre of the park, whilst John Watkins and Phil Newport were out wide in support of the returning Leon Mannion up top for the team. We had a packed substitutes bench to strengthen our cause for the day, with Callum Pard-Jones joined by Callum Fox-Spence, Clayton Holloway and Waleed Zaki. Ahead of kick-off in the RSSL, we just want to make note again of the wonderful sponsors and people, personalities and everyone else that backed and helped support ourselves and co-founders Caversham United form the RSSL. We really couldn't have done this without any of them, which makes occasions like this even more special. To find out more about the primary sponsors of the tournament, Lens Digital, all you have to do is head to the description below where we have more information and links to their website, and you can also find out more information from the team at Awards FC, the team at Football in Berkshire and ourselves at the Hype Train. A game packed with chances started in the first half of our first opportunity. A flick on by Phil Newport has Leon Mannion on the bike, with Leon racing down the right hand side. He's got the ball at his feet for acres as Caversham can't control his trickery in the box. He's forced out wide eventually and he's looking for options in the box. There's one man in there, with Leon deciding that he's going to take a jinx into the box. He beats a couple of men here, and as you're about to see, it's through the legs of one man and he gets the shot off and it's just over the bar, with the score still 0-0. From back to front, John Norris plays in Freddie Martirao on the left-hand side and then through to myself, Robert, left-back. There's a punt down the field to clear the line as the ball is close to the touchline, with Callum Grover, Caversham's player, passing it back. Phil Newport intercepts and he charges through at goal. He sets himself for a shot which takes deflection and past Tommy the Tank in goal, giving the team an early lead. From one end to the other, a long throw-in into the penalty area is cleared away eventually, with Caversham retaining possession here. Colin Sturgis has the ball and he plays the ball backwards eventually. The ball into the penalty area is whipped across. It's missed by a couple of our players, and Sam Foster, Caversham's left-footed maestro, tucks the ball away with an amazing finish. It's back to the other end of the pitch and Rod Stevens has a throw-in and he plays a nice 1-2 with Collins Akemchi. Rod puts a speculative ball into the penalty area with the ball falling between Phil and the goalkeeper. There's a couple of trickles up and Phil's able to head the ball in. His sheer intensity and preservation here gets him a goal, with the team taking a 2-1 lead. This certainly was an open game, and from a dead ball here, John Norris does a very good kick into the opposing half. It's flicked on by Caversham's own man with Leon setting himself. He's perhaps got it on the wrong side on his left, and the shot goes wide. There certainly was room for improvement to increase the scoreline early on in the first half, with the first 30 minutes an intense back and forth encounter. Martin King here but the ball long, and it's eventually returned to Martin, who plays in John. John does a flick which Leon wins, and he beats his man, setting in Phil on the left hand side. Phil's able to take a touch in, and it looks very similar to the first goal that he scored, with this attempt going just wide of the mark. Adding fuel to the fire in what was an intense 30 minutes for both teams, Caversham are at their attacking end now, with the ball flying past Rod Stevens. Sam Foster again on the left-hand side cuts in. There's an open goal for Bradley Pembroke to equalise, making the score 2-2 with just over half an hour played. It's now Caversham's turn to put the scares on the team, with the scores now level at 2-2. As you can see here, there's a clearance and Phil Newport goes for the head. He's pushed in the back, but the referee allows the game to play on. The ball goes back into the penalty area for their player Ofori to take a speculative shot, but it's wide of John's goal. Deep into the first half now, we have a set-piece opportunity with Rod from a throw-in. The ball is eventually going to leave his hands here, and it goes into Leon's feet in the penalty area. Leon plays into Collins, who plays across the box to Stefan Sakara. Stefan takes a touch around his player. He's brought down, and we get a penalty with Sam Bolwell stepping up to the mark. The penalty by the little man is good, leaving Tommy the Tank Brute to the spot, with the team taking a 3-2 lead into half-time.
Well done, Pete! Real good fucking job!
The second half certainly didn't take room for pause, as both teams were looking to eagerly qualify for a final here, and Martin King on this occasion wins the ball and butts in Phil Newport in. The ball's bouncing as Phil does very well to win the ball here, and he shows some excellent hold-up play to bring some other players into the play. Sam Bolwell offers, and so does Stefan. Stefan gets the ball, he takes a shot, and it's bobbled through, but their goalkeeper makes the save.
Coming out on the left!
This back and forth encounter just won't end, and their player Ofori gets away from Collins on this occasion, as Caversham are looking to spread the play. Sam Foster, who scored their first goal, is decided to take up a position on the right hand side here, just for moments like this to cut in. The ball is cleared away the first time of asking, but it goes back out to their number 2, who takes in an effort, and it nearly unsights John Norris as he's able to collect on second command. Our standout player from the occasion was central midfielder Collins Akemchi, who had the game of his life for the team, and it won him an award at the end of season due for the club. As you can see here, Collins but in an amazing shift against Ofori, who's a very good player, and he made several match-winning tackles like that. It wasn't just Collins, but in a good defensive shift for the team. The whole team, but in a good effort from back to front throughout the game. Even our number 9, Leon, up front, who bet in an amazing little dart here to win the ball back, robbing Caversham of possession. Another attack for the team, and Clayton Holloway's played a deft little set piece into Leon Mannion on the left. Leon takes a couple of touches in, delivering across the back post, leaving Phil and the Caversham goalkeeper in a one-on-one duel here. Their goalkeeper Tommy's put in the legs at Phil. We win a free kick, and well, as you're about to see here, there's a lengthy delay here as Tommy in goal gets a yellow card, with Phil floored for his efforts. And just for the sake of the YouTube channel, we've included Tommy's yellow into the highlights. From the resulting dead ball, Rod's free kick into the penalty area is cleared away, and then their player Ofori gets onto the ball again. He's got a charging pace on him here as he looks to beat a couple of men here. Collins again butts in a very good tackle, but the referee blows up for what we can only assume was an earlier challenge against Ofori. And for this next moment, the less I talk the better in what is one of the club's finest moments to date.
Go on, Phil! Oh, here he goes! Yeah! Get him! I'm limping over there.
Just as the team have celebrated scoring the fourth goal, Caversham have other ideas and want to make sure that this is an impactful, tight game right to the end. There's a flick on from a Sam Foster throw-in with Bradley Pembroke getting his second goal of the game, with their player giving it as good to Jack on the sideline.
That's why your mate had to put you down, you fucking lemon.
We're now into the final 10 minutes of the game, and the game has become very, very, very tense for everyone involved. The defence are looking to get up, and John Norris has played the ball long on this occasion. Leon does very well as Caversham's gaps in midfield start to open up. Phil Newport on the right-hand side here has a couple of men and plays in Leon down the right-hand side. He's only got Callum in the penalty area, and he takes on his man here. Leon, of course, takes his time, and he beats his man. Callum makes a run at the near post, and there's an amazing challenge to keep the score down at 4-3. And just as before, I'm going to keep my mouth shut here as we're about to witness one of the finest moments in the club since our formation in 2019.
Bottle back, Keith. Go! 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 Leon! Yeah! Come on, keeper! Get back in! I can't! He's got to go back! You're getting back yet? No? Oh, shit.
Lastly, thank you for coverage from Andrew Batt on this occasion for the highlight package of our fifth goal.
It's like you didn't know that the keeper was gone. I was setting myself ready like when I was going to be a keeper. Almost now put it into the corner as well. Great game, man. Yes!
Intense, dramatic and exhilarating in what was an unforgettable day for those involved in the squad and the club. A first ever final for the team beckoned after a 5-3 victory against Caversham was secured. From Phil Newport's first half double to Sam Bolwell's composed penalty to the deciding left-footed rocket by Callum Fox-Spence and the cherry on top provided by Leon Mannion late on, a mammoth effort from the boys in red with efforts from man of the match Collins Akemchi and everyone in the squad, a highlight of our time as a club in which we have existed in a prolonged era of COVID and cancellations since early 2020. Elsewhere in the RSSL during Matchday 7, the top two remained the same after Woodley Saints remain unbeaten after a 7-1 victory against New England at Linear Park, while Southbank also played their part in a final attempt to qualify for the final after a great 6-2 victory against Tyler's Titans. Whilst at the bottom of the table there was also a win at long last for the train with a name as well in Thames Valley Railway as they beat Rosen Thistle 4-1 to move off the foot of the table on the final day. What this all means is one final game, the RSSL Grand Final against Woodley Saints on June 20th, 2021 at the Atrium Health Club. Watch this space as the team attempt to win its first piece of silverware as the Reading Sunday Social League reaches its climax. Until next time, believe the hype.